In political science for class 12, the chapter is same, environment and natural resources. Environmental issues, we can say, and natural resources. And the topic is India's stand on environmental issues, or what India has done or intends to do related to the environmental issues at international level or global level. And for this, India has initiated in many ways on the issue of environment. It signed the Kyoto Protocol in the year 2002. Although India was exempted as a defaulter for global warming, but many developed countries pointed out that sooner or later the developing countries will also be the great contributor to the greenhouse gas emission along with China, and India will be one of it, as India is developing at fast rate. But India's view is slightly different. Yes, we want to develop economically, industrially, but what? Without damaging the environment. So India stated in G8 summit, which took place in 2005, that per capita emission rate is very tiny fraction, and it insisted that major contribution is by the developed countries of North Globe. And as socio-economic development is very important by the developed countries, and that is of the first priority of developing countries. So India is aware on restricting norms on rapidly industrializing or industrialization of the states. And India is already on active participant or active participation also, you can say, or we are participating actively in following the norms that were set from time to time in various summits. All right. And India has already signed so many agreements also and started following those steps also or policies also. Like India's national auto fuel policy makes use of clearer fuels for vehicle mandatory. Like it is compulsory to use the fuel which is cleaned. Okay. And the Energy Conservation Act 2001 aims at improving energy efficiency, and the Electricity Act, which took place in 2013, enhances the use of renewable energy. Efforts to import natural gas and adoption of clean coal technologies, etc., indicates the serious efforts of India. Along with that, we have started using the biodiesel as alternative fuel also. So we can say that compromise and accommodation are the two essential policies required by the states to save the planet Earth. And there have been different approaches by the countries of North and South. For this only, at Rio Summit, the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities was accepted, according to which the states shall cooperate in the spirit of global partnership to conserve, protect, and restore the health and integrity of the Earth's ecosystem. Similarly, in 1992, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, known as UNFCCC, has also emphasized that the states should act to protect the climate system on the basis of equity, and the largest share should be borne by developed countries. That is a known fact that the greater responsibility should be shared by the developed countries related to the restoration of the environment. So it can be done in the following ways. What? The countries should collectively follow these ways. The approach to development should be of sustainable development. There should be more cooperations on global commons, for which some agreements were signed, like 1959 Antarctic Treaty, in 1987 Montreal Protocol, and in 1991 Antarctic Environmental Protocol was signed. And the Kyoto Protocol has set the targets for industrialized countries to cut their greenhouse gas emission. And the forest clearing in the third world. Third world is what? The group of non-aligned countries. The forest clearing in the third world should be stopped. Besides this, the constructions of the mega dams should be discouraged. And on the contrary, the use of renewable resources should be encouraged. So these are the ways, if they are followed seriously, sincerely by all the countries, developed as well as developing countries, so we can still check the environmental damage. Thank you.